It's Friday, December 5th, and the fallout from WarGames has arrived. This is Pick the Push. I'm Ian Fox, joined as always by my best friends Joe and Brett. We have a new Pick the Push champion. Japeth took the crown from Ferg at WarGames, and the new #1 contender breaking our record for the highest score yet, me. We'll take a look at what we loved and what we hated from the WarGames Royale, because if there's anything we do well, it's complaining about wrestling in a very professional manner, of course. Plus, Joe reveals the next promo, and more importantly, who has to deliver it this time. Raw vs. AEW, what hit, what missed, and who actually won the week. And finally, we've got the first interview with the Pick to Push champion, Japeth, right here on the show. To get your shot at the championship, keep an eye out for the next PTP Royale. That's our free WWE and AEW event-based prediction game where anyone can try and become our champion. Royale's open the Friday before at 10 p.m. Eastern and close when the first match starts. Submit picks through our link tree using Google Forms, score the most points, and become our #1 contender. Face a champ at the next Royale event. It's WarGames Fallout, it's chaos, it's Pick the Push. Let's go.
Pick the push. Call it sharp, call it clean. Pick the push. No half steps, no in between. Pick the push. No luck, no hush. Only legends.
Oh my god! Is that a frying pan?
So to start things off, the biggest news from WarGames, we got a new champ.
We do have a new champ. Congratulations to our new champ. Sorry for the downfall of Ferg.
I think it's crazy that the only way to take out Ferg is to bring in somebody that's just going to absolutely wreck house. Like Josh, who won, or you call him Japeth, whatever you want, because he fills out the cards as Japeth. He even goes by both. I talked to him earlier. He has just come onto the scene and absolutely taken over. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in two events, a WWE and an AEW event.
And you do well in both.
You know, bring home the gold after two. Insane. The average for WarGames was 50.48, which isn't too bad, but there was plenty of criticism, and rightfully so, for how difficult, quote unquote, I made this card for WarGames.
You don't have to use quote unquote there, you douchebag.
Fair enough.
You made it difficult on purpose, and I still appreciate it. I'm not saying that what you did was wrong. I'm just saying what you did was evil.
Absolutely. And I'm all for it, and I'll do it again. But to counterpoint that, the average of everybody throughout all of our Royales before this event was 50.796. Average, like rounded out 50.8, right? After, the average, of course, it went down. We all expected it to go down. But it only went down to 50.734. It went down by 0.07, 0.06, however you want to look at it. Not a big difference.
That's actually wild.
But if you think about it too, this was also the most we've ever had fill out the card.
Also true.
Kind of boosts that average a little bit because there's more to even it out.
Sometimes people will join just because their friends are joining, and then they'll just tank it. Not on purpose, but it just happens.
Oh, I understand, but I'm just saying in general. It seems like we have a lot of people who are trying real hard.
Who are actually like obsessed with wrestling as much as we are, which is, I think, saying something. Oh, just to say how dominant Japeth was, he won the championship with 73 points against Ferg's 44. Pretty impressive win. I thought Ferg's win over Kevin was good, but this new guy, Josh Japeth, just insane.
He just mugged Ferg of that title.
And how lucky are you guys that the one that wins the entire thing with 77 points, breaking the record again, is me? And I'm sick and can barely talk now. So lucky you guys that I'm not going to be too loud about it.
I'm so happy for you, dude.
Lucky you guys. I can't wait for you to blow it at World's End.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. I'll be better by then. I don't gotta make my picks today.
Well, that's good. It's good for you, right?
It's good for everybody.
I don't know. I feel like I'd still do well. I've been doing very well these last pay-per-views.
Yeah, you've been insane, on the tail of every #1 contender.
The last two pay-per-views, not this one. This one I wasn't really close. I was kind of in the middle. But that's because of how evil your picked things were.
Absolutely.
The last two pay-per-views prior that, I had only lost by a single point each pay-per-view.
Hilarious.
And it was like I threw it away.
Yeah, because you just mistaked your picks. It wasn't even like you got things wrong. You just misclicked stuff.
Yep.
But that's also another way of saying you got it wrong.
I mean, it's not if I have recorded proof of what I was saying I was choosing.
I would say your recorded proof is the sheet you submitted.
But that's not verbal.
That's not verbal. Doesn't matter.
You don't offer handicap accessibility.
What does that even mean? All are welcome to fill out the Royale card. That's wild statement.
You know, Ian, I can tell you're really excited and happy to be the current #1 contender and whatnot. But you know, I have to remind myself that you're not #1 of anything, though, are you?
We'll see.
Because I was the first contender, I believe, or was it you, Joe?
All right. Well, I also have already won the contendership before in a triple threat.
Oh, okay,
So
damn.
calm down, because you had the fatal 4-way, which is insane too.
Yeah, you put yourself in a triple threat.
That's the rules. I made them. I'll do what I want.
And you are definitely the #3 contender.
That's not what it says on the top of the leaderboard for WarGames.
Just WarGames. You'll be back in 3rd place in no time.
Listen, all I'm saying is JPEG better not let me win. If I win that, and I don't have to beat, I can consistently beat whoever the #1 contender is. I'm confident in that. But I got to bring home the gold before I can get to that point. And if I do, I'm expecting a lot out of me.
I'm expecting a lot out of you too.
I had one announce table broken, and I had already answered it for everybody that none would be. So I had to go back and fix it, which is not hard and not a big deal. But that's how confident I was that I just wasn't going to get those points. And then I did. So that was cool.
Yeah, I got that one too.
That might have been the reason I won, that moment alone.
Yeah, well, I don't remember who we put through the table. I just know Lesnar put someone through the table.
All right, now talking about the easiest and the hardest questions. Hardest questions, I think, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but specifically, entrant number 8 for the men's War Games was Jey Uso. Nobody had that. And then entrant number 4 for the women's was Becky, who nobody had. And then the last entrance, Lash Legend, who also nobody had that.
Yeah, I didn't think about how they would put Lash Legend and Nia at the very end of the match because of their endurance.
Last Legend makes a lot more sense. I wasn't thinking it at the time, but it makes a lot of sense because she kind of came up out of nowhere. I assume she's just a little new, especially to War Games, never mind.
So she's new to wrestling for the most part. She used to be a basketball player, and then she left to be a wrestler in NXT, and then got called up. I think she was down in NXT for a couple of months.
Athleticism is legit, but there's nothing you can do training in basketball that's going to get you ready for War Games. All the more reason why I understand why she was last now. And then the flip side is the questions everybody got right. Women's War Game match for Team Rhea. That didn't dupe anybody.
My one of 4 possible points that I got.
Solid. And then the only other one that everybody got right was match order for the first match. Everybody expected the Women's War Games to start it off, and rightfully so. Just to finish up War Games, we always like to see whoever comes in first between all the hosts, the 3 of us. The winner gets to choose who does a promo. So for War Games, since I won the Royale with 77 points, I'll be choosing. But next was Joe with 63, and then Brett had 45. So I'll reveal who does a promo next week and what the promo will be. But Joe had won last week, so he's going to let us know who and what the promo is going to be. And we're going to have a promo next week.
So, Ian, you are going to do the promo. You are the one that I choose. And I'm going to have you do a fake news broadcast where you are a news anchor reporting on the fallout from War Games.
This just in, I love that idea.
Perfect. And that will be absolutely amazing next week.
Yep, I'll get that done next week. Flesh it out, and then I'll reveal what promo you'll do, Joe.
Perfect.
Next week, too. Maybe that'll be part of the news broadcast. That'd be kind of cool. The next Royale will be World's End, and World's End is December 27th, so you can open up your picks on that Friday before, on the 26th, after SmackDown ends. Right now, we have the leaderboard updated for all of the War Game stuff, so if you entered, check out where you are.
You can check all that in the Discord, or if you click on the link tree in the bio, you'll be able to join the Discord or find other places to listen to it, whether you find our YouTube or our Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah, let us annoy you more.
Yeah, or annoy us. That's where you guys can get even.
You can try, but you will fail.
What was my highest score?
74. 3 points away from the top dog.
Yeah, you beat me by 3 points.
Yep,
3
and mine
points.
was 75.
Yep.
That's pretty amazing that our high scores are so close.
Yeah.
I actually expect better of you.
Yeah, I'm disappointed I only got 77.
Yeah, you made the card.
I will say, yeah, now I have the advantage, right? The thing, like, the one thing that I do think that saved me was I got all the event props right. Like, that's the only thing. Like, for the most part, I got the matches right, but if you're gonna be at the level that I got to, I feel like you have to get the matches right. But it was really, like, that's where I shine in the event props, because I got those. Do you guys want to talk about Raw real quick? I don't think it was a bad episode. The things that stuck out to me was after Jey Uso lost to LA Knight, he was very upset. He really wanted to fight Cena. I don't know what that was about, but that was funny to me.
Yeah.
And then Scumbag Dom showing up with the IC title that has the Cena plates on it. Hilarious. Fucking love that. That was dope.
Not changing the plate.
Yeah. Keeping it so it's like, oh, like, he's repping Cena, like he's better than Cena, like he doesn't have the title anymore. I loved it. Like that was so like such a small detail, but that was one of my favorite things on Raw.
That whole promo was great with Liv coming out and like
Yep.
Finn's face, like as Liv jumps, like slaps Dom and then jumps on him.
Judgment Day is literally taking over Raw in the way that I'm sure the Vision intended to, but now that Liv is back, she's going to be their Women's World Champion contender. They already have another tag team contender because they accepted Roxanne Perez into it, like, to take her tag team spot.
Yep.
Dom's already the IC, and you know they had multiple segments about the Judgment Day on Raw, and I didn't hate it.
No, it was good. So there was a lot of stuff I liked this week. I really liked the AJ Styles Dragon Lee New Day match. I think I'm gonna go with that for part of my favorite.
Always happy to see New Day.
I was very, very happy to see the New Day and AJ Lee, the tag team, not the female.
Of course. Yep. Female's not bad, but I like the tag team more right now.
Yeah, agreed. I don't know. I feel like Raw this week gave me everything I wanted without answering any of my questions.
I think this week's Raw was a good Raw.
Compared to like the regular of what we think Raw to be, it was a superior episode than normal, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. But I must admit, just seeing Eddie Kingston going off on Samoa Joe was so passionate that I literally forgot that Raw existed.
Do you think that's because you liked it so much, or do you think that might be more of a recency bias?
It's probably a recency.
Little of both.
I do think it's recency bias, but I do not remember being struck by how passionate anybody on Raw was. And to see Kingston do it, it was very striking.
That's fair. But that's just like his character.
But in my head, that just means that AEW books better people.
It might just be their booking in general. Raw definitely is much better than it was, especially at the beginning of the year. Remember when they had all those DQ finishes to the main event? Oh my god.
This had a DQ finish to the main event.
It did.
I was gonna point that out. I was actually gonna say that was my least favorite part of Raw is that they still ended it with a DQ main event.
I would agree with that, but I'm also just happy that it's like not as consistent, you know what I mean, as
Yeah.
it used to be. That was insane. I don't know what, and they never explained it or anything. They're just like, yep, bunch of DQ finishes. Fuck you. You just spent 3 hours and we're going to give you a big old middle finger because no real finish.
Yep.
Thanks.
And it led to nothing. This at least leads to Fatal 4 tag match for the women's
Yeah.
championships.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's weird to see how much respect Pac has for Okada.
Yeah, considering he's the bastard, to see any
Yeah.
respect out of him is pretty wild.
Just to see him like be like they just had it was a good match. It was great. It was Okada and Pac, but like you know what I mean? Like you can tell when he just doesn't like somebody, and you can tell that he like was being kind of nice to Okada even though he's a bastard.
Do you think that's more because Okada's still kind of a bad guy right now? So it's like bad guy, like negative equals like a positive. So you see more respect because they're both kind of in a similar vibe.
Yes, but more along the lines of no, I think they've just had so many matches in New Japan that like
Just legit respect anyway.
just legit respect is what it was. It was a good match. Like by no means were they really holding back, but like
Right.
it was just respectful.
Watching the Okada and Puck match was pretty amazing. One of my big takeaways was that Puck executed a like perfect timing on a German suplex.
The German suplex to the bridge pin. Oh,
And I feel like we've been seeing a lot of that recently, and it's just been people flopping around and like, dude, Puck and Okada hit the ground at exactly the same time. It was beautiful.
yeah, like the timing, the sound, the thud. Like I agree with you, Brett. It was perfect.
It was one thud. There was no reverberation. You know, it was fucking great. The teamwork on display was just beautiful.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I don't like the idea that I'm pretty sure Kyle Fletcher is going to lose to Jet.
Think so?
That's so dumb.
Jet's been doing very good in the tournament, but Fletcher kind of needs a little bounce back, right?
Well, no, these two have both won their first round, and I think that they're trying to use this tournament to help boost Jet up a little bit, show him that he's a good wrestler.
It's gonna come down to Okada and Takeshita anyway, right? Like either way.
Yeah, of course, but they're gonna show that he's gonna be in like the mix, you know.
Like I said, I really like the Dom stuff, the Judgment Day stuff, but it's not enough again for AEW for me. I'm going AEW just from. I mean, did Raw have a holiday death match? No. All right. Sorry about it, Raw. Like, that's really it. It's not even like AEW. Like, Raw didn't fuck up. AEW was good. That's the point I'm trying to say.
Do you think that Raw didn't lose, AEW just won?
Yeah. That's definitely the vibe of the week for me for this. It's like you said, not necessarily easy. Raw wasn't as bad as it normally is, but AEW was just coming out swinging.
I completely agree with that. I was impressed by Raw. I feel like I didn't throw any tantrums when I was watching Raw this week. It was fun to watch, but AEW this week has impressed me multiple times. That Kingston promo was absolutely amazing. The Okada and Pac match. Once I really started knowing what to look for, it was an amazing match. Technically amazing. And then just like you said, the holiday death match, which was just so much it was just so much joy. It was such a joy to watch.
I feel like AEW is really trying stuff while Raw kind of finds their groove still a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, Raw just felt normal where AEW feels superior.
Yeah, it outshined them.
All right. So that's not how I feel, actually. And this is, like I said, this one was very hard. I feel like this is the one week where Raw put together a fully complete episode, gave me everything I wanted, stepped out of their comfort zone a couple of times, and on top of all of that, even though they had a DQ finish to their main event, it actually, like I said, kept with the story. They told a complete story. This goes back to like that Rusev Sheamus episode where they fought throughout the entire episode. That's how this episode of Raw felt. And I think that the more I'm talking about it, and don't get me wrong, AEW did a great job. Honestly, I think Raw won it for me this week.
They definitely deserve an attaboy.
It's nothing against AEW. I think it's the complete opposite for me, for you, Ian. Whereas I don't think AEW lost. I think Raw just finally pulled one together this week.
Okay.
Because even this is probably the most wrestling I've seen on Raw.
That's definitely true. And good wrestling, too. Not just like randomly thrown together matches. Like, just generally
really good story-driven matches with promos in between. And every match had a purpose and a reason to it. It wasn't just like, hey, we're throwing these guys together so they're wrestling again for the zillionth fucking time. So I think for me, I'm gonna go Raw this week.
I think that's fair. And it all it interwove with each other. Like you said with the Sheamus Rusev thing, it was much better this week than it has been since that episode of Raw, really.
Yeah. Like I think that the guy who directed the Sheamus Rusev episode is the same guy who directed this episode, and we're not going to have another good episode for another couple months.
Going back to the 2 out of 3s, guys. Raw's getting better.
That still keeps us at a tally of AEW at 13-5 against Raw right now.
13-5.
As far as majority picks.
Yeah, I was going to say. Majority picks, not clean sweeps. Also, I do think that when we come down and describe this stuff, I think AEW is just more your guys' flavor of ice cream.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It's definitely the wrestling for me. You can have a decent story in a show, but if the wrestling's like top notch, or if there's little things that I'm like, ooh, honestly, if I see a Kowalski bump, I'm probably just gonna pick that show. I'm not gonna lie. You know what's gonna be even more insane? Like as good as AEW is right now, MJF is going to come back eventually.
Yeah,
bro, I don't even know how I feel about that.
It's gonna be insane.
He was my favorite, right? But I haven't seen him in so long. I don't know if it's still going to work.
Oh, it will work.
Maybe I'll be jaded now.
I like that you have this take right now, but the second you see him on the screen, you're going to be freaking out. I guarantee it.
Or I'll just bury all of my emotions and hope something good happens.
Just give everything up and just give it all to MJF. He'll lead us the rest of the way.
I do need an MJF t-shirt.
I'm now joined by a very, 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 very special guest. First time ever, we're having our new champion on. Now, In the Discord, your name is Josh. What would you prefer to be called here?
You can call me Josh or like my online name Japeth. Either works. I think I'm Japeth on the leaderboard, so maybe that just to not confuse people.
That's exactly why I ask. But all right, first things first, congratulations. How does it feel waking up as a new Pick the Push champion after WarGames?
I mean, let's be honest. It was inevitable. From the second I joined the Discord, I knew the gold was mine. I modeled my game after the greats, and I think we're going to see a lot of high-scoring weeks out of a new champion.
It's very impressive how you just came on and just started absolutely dominating. Like in just 2 events, you've scored huge points, dominating both WWE and AEW events. Do you have a secret, or are you watching every show, or are you just following rumors, like, or just good instinct? Like, what is the secret?
So I mean, I like to use the good old-fashioned pick what I think sounds cool strategy.
Wow.
To start off my game in AEW, I'm a big Samoa Joe fan. He's
All right.
probably the greatest wrestler of all time. Not really, but I love him. So I think that would give me a big lead going into the night. I kind of had that fantasy booked in my head, and I kind of built my show around Joe winning the belt at the end of a show. And it worked out pretty well for me. I kind of have sort of a mental link with Tony Khan. We were sort of sending each other mental signals. I was helping him book his show to make it better, and he was letting me know what he was doing. And then for WWE, I don't think anyone can ever have a strategy. Let's be honest. It's booked by ChatGPT. And if I really wanted to get 100% correct, I'd just go there and ask it what the show's going to be like. Because
That is probably true. It's really funny because that fits it to a T.
Triple H got called out, so he bought premium. He brought premium.
Of course. Right. Well, let's go back. How did you first hear about Pick the Push, and what made you join the competition?
So I was at the AEW Dynamite Collision show in Boston, and I met some kindly people there. I was with my roommate Noah, who
Okay.
is Nomad in the Discord, and we ran into some Pick the Push people. Got to some chatting up about wrestling. That's what else is there to talk about at a wrestling event?
That's how it goes.
And we sort of walked around, talked, gave each other opinions, got to know each other. And before the show started, got linked over to the Pick the Push Discord, got told what the stitch was. And I was like, you know what? I was born to win. Just another thing for me to dominate.
I love that. And you really haven't been just good. You've been amazing. You've outscored the champion by 29 points, who was cementing his own legacy in itself. We've only been doing this we've had 8 Royale events is what we call it. And the previous champion has won about half of those. So you not only just showed up on the scene, you've been absolutely completely dominating. Do you consider yourself more competitive by nature, or is this kind of a new side to yourself?
Yeah, I'm always been competitive. Back in my Wii years, did a little bit of esports, competitive gaming, won some trophies.
Nice.
I've been around the block in many a competition, and this just felt right. I love wrestling, and like I said, I love winning. So why not combine the two and school some people on some pick'ems? A little bit of Royale action. I might talk a lot of trash, but I'm a fucking mark at the end of the day, if I'm being real.
Absolutely. That I cannot stress to you how well that fits everybody that I've experienced coming into this. Like, it's all about, like, of course, everybody just wants to win, and at the end of the day, we just love talking about wrestling, right?
Oh yeah.
You've had such a fast rise to the top. Do you think that there's a target on your back now, or has anybody reached out or tried to psych you out going into coming up to this AEW World's End?
Yeah, so going into World's End, I feel like a lot of people have been pretty nice, pretty accepting as me as the new champ. But I think that's just because people are scared. There was a precedent set, and sometimes when a new guy shows up and tells people what's happening, they don't know how to react. So I think I'm going to show them at World's End why I mean business, and hopefully it's a long time before anyone's able to come for the crown.
Well, I'll tell you this. Your next opponent, just so you know, it is me. Does that add any pressure knowing you're going up against me, the host?
Well, you know what they say. Those who can't play coach, those who can't coach manage, and those who can't even manage host.
All right, touche.
I think it should be some easy pickings, but You know,
We'll see.
can only get so cocky before I walk out with a belt still on my waist.
Fair enough. I do love the enthusiasm, and I'm very much looking forward to that match. I mean, regardless of being the number one contender going into this, but I mean, every champion handles their reign differently. How do you plan to represent the Pick the Push Championship heading into the first title defense?
Yeah, well, it's kind of more of a nonchalant thing. You know, I keep talking about how I'm better than everyone, but at the end of the day, it's kind of just business for me. The belt belongs around my waist, and it should be nothing more than that.
I like that attitude. All right. I have one final question for you. If you could send a message directly to all future challengers, what would you say?
Get ready to lose. When is World's End even happening? Is it this month?
We got a while. It's December 27th.
Okay, so we have some time. I might have to cut a promo or two, get some hype for.
Feel free. I love your energy and just how much you are enjoying this and just talking wrestling. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's just a lot of fun.
I just want to shout out everyone who's a WWE fan. Watch AEW, please.
I agree. I do agree. When we originally started this podcast, I liked AEW, but I was definitely more of a WWE guy. And we've just been watching each episode every week now. And it's just so obvious which one's better. Like, it's not even close.
Raw last night, I heard was actually pretty good. I haven't gotten to watch it yet, but it's been kind of stinker after stinker every week for WWE.
For the most part.
You'd think the promotion that builds themselves around super famous older talent would have a lot of guys who have the ability to wrestle, but they're all just in the retirement home.
I don't disagree, but I think it's more the style that WWE is trying to do it. Because they wrestle so often that they're just trying to be safe. And I get that, but it's not nearly as entertaining. I'll give you that.
Yeah, they wrestle safe, but the most interesting guys are out on injury. Well, Gunther's back, I guess, so at least there's that.
That's a good point.
But
that's a very good point. I haven't thought about that side of it, too.
It's like they wrestle safe. So what, I can watch The Miz on TV twice a week? Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Completely agree.
I'm feeling confident. I'm getting ready for World's End. I'm calling it now. Actually, put this one in. Before anything happens, the event's still a month away. We're going to see a 3-way title defense between Swerve, Hangman, and Samoa Joe at World's End.
Ooh.
I think that's where it's going. If it's nothing like that,
that's a bold
come back
pick.
here and make fun of me. But I'm so confident that that's what we're getting. Maybe a little MJF return. I think we're getting there.
I want that. Yeah, I need that for sure in there. But I love that as a pick.
Oh, I love MJ. I'm a Samoa Joe mark, and I'm an MJF
I like Samoa Joe a lot, but I mean, MJF has a very special place in my heart right now.
He's on his way to being the GOAT in 10, 15 years, I'm sure.
I think that's legit. That's legit. He's very much on that path.
He doesn't. I think he doesn't get anywhere near enough credit for how talented he is in the ring because everyone talks about his mic skills. But I think that motherfucker can wrestle too.
I agree. I completely agree. I mean, he's no fucking Ricochet when it comes to wrestling moves, but his psychology is as good as it can possibly get.
I love that. I love that you said Ricochet. I love Ricochet.
He's the standard.
I'm so happy he won. Nobody ever gives Ricochet any credit because he's a dickhead on the mic, but he can fucking.
He's gotten a lot better on the mic too.
People don't talk about him when they talk about all the great high flyers. I know AEW, everyone's a big jumpy guy.
He's the best high flyer. With maybe Rey Mysterio, but as far as flashy, flippy wrestling style, it's Ricochet. I mean, Ospreay too, but Ricochet in my mind.
No, Ricochet has an endless bag. I think that you could tell that motherfucker to do anything off of any spot in any place, and he will find a way to make it look cool.
1,000,000%. I mean, look, he made Logan Paul look good, right? At the Royal Rumble. It's been a pleasure. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. It's been a blast.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll see you around. You have a good one.
You too. Thanks again. And that's going to wrap up this week's episode of Pick the Push. WarGames may be over, but the battle for the crown has only just begun. Japeth stands tall as a new champion, and I'm coming for that belt at the next PTP Royale. Next week, we keep the fight going with another round of Raw vs. AEW picks because apparently we love chaos and we love arguing way too much. Plus, I'll give it my best shot at making a promo, and after that, we'll see who's next. In the meantime, jump in the Discord, argue your case, brag about your score, or cope about it. Whatever works. I'm Ian Fox with Joe and Brett. We'll see you next time. The road to the next Pick the Push Royale has officially begun. Peace.
Pick the push. Call it sharp, call it clean. Pick the push. No half steps, no in between. Pick the push. No luck, no hush. Only legends survive when you pick the push. Boards light, hearts race. break fast. Every choice lands, nothing's left a chance. Climb the ranks, feel the surge, hit it hard, no room to purge. Eyes locked, focus tight, every swing counts in the fight. Predicted the twist, caught us all flat. No way you had that. Pick it right, own the night. Pick it wrong, still stand your fight. Every call cracks, every swing crushed. Step in the ring, pick the push. I learned pick the push. Call the plays on the night. Make it land, hold it tight. No slack, no hush. Only legends survive when you pick the push. When you pick the push. When you pick the push. When you pick the push.
WarGames?
WarGames.
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 WarGames. WarGames?
WarGames.
WarGames.